Alright. Let's see. Trader over here. Trash can. Nope. Move it. Refugee, preacher's son. Preacher. Merchandise administrator. Find the bookmaker in the arena. Now I meet up with the merchant prince. Okay, that's where I stay. And then I've got a mutant raider upper floor. Oh, so I can go up that way. I want to go back this way. Can I go this way? It does not look. Okay. Stuck. Move. Talk to you.
Hey there.
What do you want, human?
Nothing. Never mind. Just gonna explore a little bit before going off to the prince.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
I can fix this. Glad I kept the jacket around. Just in case. Okay. That's not that one.
Hello?
Oh, hey there. Need something? Got a lot of mechanical stuff.
Okay. Ask about the robber.
You're a robber, right?
Don't like that word. Don't consider myself that. I recover things people leave behind in the desert.
Okay.
I take nothing from nobody. Got cool things, though. Collect it, repair it, trade it.
Cool.
When you say people who left stuff in the desert, you talking about settlers?
Sure. Yeah, in part. Found some settler items in the ruins, but my stock is interesting things from all over. Shadow paths, and even places pretty much in the middle of nowhere. I even found an old rover, out of commission and in bad shape, yeah? But there was some cool parts I salvaged. The driver was dead, so I figured I could make better use of it than him.
Probably.
I see.
Probably have to talk to that guy for Amelia. It's an interesting little city here. Nope. I should just leave his Vori jacket on because this is just ridiculous now. just gonna leave it on him for a while, I guess. Trash can. Metal 3. Sounds about right.
Repent! We won't have access to the Blue Paradise so long as we are not all absolved of
Talking
our
about Earth
sins.
with the Blue Paradise?
You came here to wash your soul?
I had something else in mind. Could you tell me more about your sect?
I can talk about it for hours, even days.
Oh, jeez.
A few minutes should be enough.
All right, how can I sum up faith? All the truth contained in this world in a few words. I have to bring myself down to my followers' level. I'll skip the beginning of the story. Let's start with the settlers arriving.
Oh boy.
So the settlers had challenged Sun by coming to this planet, by leaving heaven to come down to this hell. So he decided to destroy every source of life on Mars.
Get to the point.
His wrath was terrible. He unleashed a cataclysm that engulfed the world in a dust cloud.
Okay.
He probably would have wiped out every one of us if his son hadn't taken mercy on us and bestowed the blessing of his shadow. And it is in that shadow where the real men stayed, whereas the others, who thought they could withstand the Lord's vengeful eye, saw their features change forever.
Okay.
They became beasts and lost their soul. Today, we endlessly beg the Lord to reconcile with his son and agree to live in harmony with us, that his eye becomes tender again and no longer burns.
Fantastic.
I think I've heard enough. Everyone knows that story. I was hoping there might be something different, but no. I'm looking for some work. Would you happen to have anything for me?
It is the Shadow who has sent you. I am looking for new worship objects for my followers, and there are relics, benign traces of those who used to live in the canyons around the city, in the ruins of splendid cities. I would have gone there myself on my knees as if it were a holy pilgrimage, but that horrible place is teeming with disgusting creatures and ruthless thieves.
Okay.
You want me to get the relics for you then? All right, I'll see what I can do. Even though I have some doubts regarding those splendid cities, only a few dwellings there.
Ugh. Stuck.
Sorry, pal, can't go through. Priest ordered us to let no one through. No one includes
Okay.
you.
Cool. Didn't know you were up there. Got it. Move. So I can go this way and talk to this person if they'll talk to me.
You wanted to see me?
Oh, it's Beg.
Yes, I apologize once again for having to play this role in front of you, but the situation was a difficult one, and I could not risk blowing my cover.
I understand. You're one of Dandolo's spies too?
No, I work for my people, even if Dandolo was a precious ally. I was in Ophir to plan an escape, but it was not exactly what I wanted to tell you about. I would like to offer you my services.
Cool.
You're also a mercenary?
No, I am not interested in serum, and a Technomancer ally, yes. It is rare for mutants to know someone with your talents. So if you need a hand or any information, you know where to find me. And maybe I will ask for your services once in a while.
Deal.
All right. What really happened with your mother? I must say I didn't understand much. That stone? The police's arrival?
My mother was helping me as much as she could to carry out my mission. She would provide me with information, sometimes hide mutants on the run before they could leave the city. She was a wonderful woman, Zach, but someone turned her in. Fiorello heard and raced to get me out with your aid. Though how I yearned to save her, to get to the slums to warn her. But I knew I could not. You, though, could. The stone was a token of recognition.
Oh boy.
She knew what it meant. If she was turned in, she had to leave as soon as possible. And if she couldn't, the drawing was made with an ink made of jellyfish venom.
But why give her that poison?
I didn't want her to die, Zach. I loved my mother. But I knew what the ASC would do to her in their jail. If they caught her, she needed a way to avoid being tortured.
When did you discover that you were a mutant?
The first symptoms of mutation appeared when I was very young. I must say that I can't really remember very well. My mother noticed them, and she taught me how to hide the marks, even though I think that I didn't know what it meant. She was hoping to keep me close to her, but as soon as the first marks appeared on my face, they spotted me out right away. I will never forget my arrest, how violent they were toward my mother. I was just a kid. I was sent to one of the farms on the outskirts of town. That's where I learned what it meant to be a mutant.
What's the Mutant Nation? You created it, right?
It is a little overblown, but I was one of its founders, among many others. Of course, other mutants were living outside the city as runaway slaves, hidden here and there, stealing whatever they could find in order to survive.
Makes sense.
A small community had settled in Noctis and benefited from the hospitality of the merchants, who allowed them to move around freely. However, we did not have any way to defend ourselves or plan a future. We were all spread out. A few of us decided to get together. We found a place, a very unique one, and we soon started doing it up, bringing in equipment and erecting houses. As for me, I especially wanted to free as many brothers and sisters as possible. So I went back to Ophir, and I realized that nobody cared about mutants, especially if they didn't look very smart. I began to help dozens of them escape. And our nation soon began to grow. There are a lot of us now, and I hope that all mutants will be able to live there someday.
It's very noble, sir.
What can you tell me about Ophir's mutant pen?
You saw for yourself. Violent slave drivers and harsh work conditions have reduced mutants to beasts, to the point where even some find themselves yearning to be petted.
That's bad.
I do not hate humans, you know that. But when I think about that place, I feel outbursts of hatred. I would
That's
like to break
understandable.
the walls and see my brothers and sisters get out of that hell. Someday, I think that I'll do it. I'll destroy the pen.
That's a good idea.
What does Noctis represent for you?
It is the city of our
Other
allies.
than Final Fantasy 15?
Without it, Mutant Valley would have probably never come into existence, even if some of them think the opposite. This town is welcomed and still welcomes many runaway mutants. Here they can free themselves from the servile state they were in. Noctis is somehow the freedom school for many of them. Of course, it remains a human city, and segregation is sometimes present even if it is not official. And I don't completely agree with Dandolo's decisions, but overall it is a place that I love that boasts of mixing everyone together, of bringing all philosophies into dialogue with each other, and of welcoming the hopeless.
That's good.
What do you think of Amelia?
She's an interesting young and courageous woman, but abundance brainwashed her. As long as she hasn't completely cut ties with the corporation, she will remain wary of everything, of anything foreign.
Agreed.
I think that she has some pity for us mutants. That's more generous than what humans usually give us, but we don't need pity. We are a new people, not a gang of monsters regretting who they were.
True. You guys
Maybe
didn't
she
ask
will
for it.
come to realize this. She is not stupid, and when it comes down to it, she has a thirst for freedom despite all the brainwashing she went through.
This is true.
What can you tell me about Andrew?
He is a hurt man. He hides his suffering under a cynical and detached attitude.
Very
But
true.
he lost way more than his arm, even if I do not know what it is. If you could help him heal his wounds and become what he ought to become, you will discover without a doubt that he is a very giving friend. And maybe he will be less bitter.
I agree.
What do you think of Nisha?
She's an unusual woman, Zach. She was locked up, tortured when she was a child. She managed to get out of the situation, and despite what she went through, she went back to Ophir under a false identity. Believe me, you have to be strong to do that.
I agree.
She is the best possible spy. She helps us as much as she can by providing us with vital information on the slave transfers so that we can go free them. And I know that Dandolo respects her a lot.
And loves her, apparently.
But watch out. She is far from being the sweet and smiling young woman you met in Ophir. She is brilliant, generous, and she can also be merciless.
Sounds about right.
What do you think of Scott?
He's an idiot.
He's a great scientist, most likely a very good doctor.
Is that it?
Something bothers me about him, Zachariah. No doubt he appreciates you a lot. I learned that he went through a hard time, but I have a feeling that his sweet eccentricity is hiding something. But I don't know what, therefore I won't say anything else.
Interesting. Oh, there's Amelia. Okay. Andrew.
Hey. Hey, back. Should have
Complimented.
remembered you. Back when we were kids, the world just revolved around you.
Really? How so?
I know it nearly killed you, but you were so gifted. While the rest of us worked, Technomancy just came so easy to you. It was amazing to watch.
The fact that it was easy is what cost me so much. The high I got from manipulating so much fluid was... well, you saw the result. If I talked for 1,000 years, I couldn't even touch the tip of the regret I have.
Aww.
Can't blame anyone but our professors. They should have known better. How could you? They just got sucked into watching your power like the rest of us. It was hypnotic.
Too bad all that power isn't enough to let me go back in time and change it all. But I guess what's done is done.
What should I know about the Caravansary?
It's the heart of Noctis, the home of the Merchant Prince, and the place where all the merchants' important transactions happen. That's where they decide on the trajectory of the main cargo routes throughout the planet. Historically, it's also the first place out of the corporation's reach on Mars. I like the place a lot.
Cool.
It's very peaceful compared to other places, and the architecture is splendid.
I like Andrew.
The Merchant Prince has a taste for luxury. I could have spent 10 years there. I bet I would smile a bit more than I do now.
Probably.
What can you tell me about Noctis?
It's a free enclave in a world dominated by dictatorial corporations. Created by merchants in order to facilitate the exchange of goods from everywhere. It's become a place that also welcomes refugees from all walks of life. I love this city. You can find anything you want. Mercenaries, preachers, craftsmen, all kinds of merchants, princes and thieves. And don't get me started on the extensive variety of artifacts from all around the planet. It's quite mind-numbing, but it's the place where everything is possible. Far from the yoke imposed by corporations.
That's good, though.
As a merchant, you must have traveled a lot. What amazing places have you visited?
Well, when I was a kid, I lived in Ophir, a place you probably know better than me. But with Marcello, the merchant to whom I belonged, we mostly traveled to Shadowlair. He knew a number of Technomancers, including renegades, and used to sell them equipment found by looters. It's an old Baroque city, with dirt-poor slums. As strange as it may sound, corporations' big cities all look the same in the end, beyond the few differences they flaunt.
Yep. Sounds about right.
What do you know about the mutants?
Which ones? The ones who were locked up, mistreated, considered to be mere beasts by the corporations? Or the ones who live freely on Mars's surface?
All of them?
I was thinking about the free mutants.
They're almost all former slaves, you know. In the end, there are only a few of them who were born outside the corporations. They managed to quickly build a culture, to make the planet their own like no other human had done before. They don't see the Martian environment as hostile, but more as a land of countless opportunities. They're actually aware of the fact that they will never go back to Earth. It's become their home due to the circumstances. What else can I say? They're courageous, ready to fight for their brother's freedom. Some of them even want to get rid of the humans, from what I've heard, which I can understand. I respect them a lot.
That's good. I mean, not that they want to get rid of all of us, but
You have it in for them, the Technomancers, don't you?
It's true. I must say that they didn't put their best foot forward last time I saw them.
true.
All
Don't
they
blame
managed
you.
to do was hide their inability at the price of my enslavement.
This is true.
I love technomancy, and this extraordinary feeling of freedom and power it gives you.
Yep.
But those who practice it for the corporations have a real issue. Whether it be for abundance or Aurora, they can't help hiding ridiculous things. Twisted rituals, and keeping a people they despise out of their little schemes.
This is true.
Maybe there's a reason for it, don't you think?
You probably know better than me, but it doesn't make them look nice.
Team is full. Scott, you can go away. I have a good relationship with everybody, which is nice. Everyone's got a lot more health than I do, which is kind of crazy. Let's try these two. Finish. Oh, hi. Let's go talk to the prince, I guess. He was this way, right? Yeah, that looks prince-esque. Or put my foot in my mouth. Let's do this.
Hey, you. Yes, yes, you. Do you have a moment?
Give me a second. Change my shirt too. I'm standing here. Oh, hey. Ah, soldier's graves. Can't use that. Can you use that? You can
Hey,
use
you.
that.
Yes, yes, you. Do you have a moment?
Shut up.
Hey, you. Yes, yes, you. Do you have a moment?
Dude, stop yapping at me. Looks good in a jacket. like
Hey,
that.
you. Yes, yes, you. Do you have a moment?
In that one. Okay, what do you want?
Hey there,
Hello, I'm Brett. And you are?
Zachariah.
A pleasure then, Zachariah. Are you a hunting enthusiast, a trapper, specialist in local species? Maybe
No.
a strong fellow like you might be a mixture of them all.
Maybe.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm none of those things.
Ah, well, my hope got the best of me. I've been looking for someone to aid in my studies. A shame. Sure you're not a hunter, or even someone who'd want to try his hand at it?
I'll try.
Can you tell me what's going on?
Yes, of course, of course. You see, the focus of my study is the planet's fauna. All the insects and animals brought by the settlers that have since mutated, much like our own mutants, if
Yeah.
not in a more spectacular way. Now, I've studied the most well-known of the creatures, of course, but I have heard of much more rare specimens, which I would go to any lengths to study.
Okay.
It would offer great insight into the animal mutations. Anyone can admire their beauty, but what we need is to understand how they came to be what they are. We need to study their anatomy, but they are, of course, rather dangerous.
Yes.
So you need a hunter to find them and bring back your specimens. I might be able to help. What are you after?
Well, there is so much. There's a black mole and a shield toad. also a locust I've named Locusta tempestatus, or more colorfully, the storm locust. It's been spotted in the tunnels beneath Ophir.
Don't care. Okay, cool. I can talk to you. Obviously not yet. Okay, move. Upstairs, Zachariah. Don't be dumb.
So, that is check the leading McKinsey.
Ah, and here comes the rare pearl.
Yep.
The diamond in the rough that my Nisha tells me about. Come, young man.
Zachariah Mancer. was a lieutenant in abundance.
Then welcome to Noctus Labyrinthus, Zachariah Mancer, former lieutenant of abundance. I am Dandolo, head of this fair city.
Legendary city of the merchants. Apparently less legend than I thought. Or been told.
But hopefully as glorious as legends proclaim. Regardless, for all who come seeking asylum, it opens its arms to you and your companions. You are free to call it home.
Wonderful.
Like all who have come before you, you will honor our only request, that you make yourselves useful to our city. I'm sure your skills will place you in high demand. Noctis's first Technomancer.
Oh boy.
Exciting. You'll have all the help you need with Nisha and Lucky, who I believe you've met.
Yep.
We'll give you a room to get some rest. I hear your trip was quite eventful.
Yes, it was, sir.
There is something else. I would like to personally discuss my expectations of you.
Of course you would.
You hear? War between Abundance and Aurora's winding down. Aurora took Green Hope.
Uh-oh.
Just left Ophir a few hours ago and didn't hear anything about that.
That really surprise you?
No?
Your little censorship office probably hasn't decided what to do with the information yet. No. Don't look at me like that. You don't belong to Abundance anymore.
Noted.
The truce doesn't behoove us. During peace, the corporations become more suspicious of us and our business suffers. Our city could even be discovered, which would be catastrophic.
It's not like you're hiding it.
In legend, it must remain.
What do you...
No, let me speak.
Ugh.
Your welcome here comes at a price.
Of course it does.
I want you to attack an Aurora convoy. It's right up your alley.
And why would I do that?
I didn't finish. You will do it in Abundance uniforms, dissolving the truce. Do what you want with the soldiers, but let the civilians live. They need to be witnesses that will report back to Aurora.
So you keep the war going?
Precisely. And while you're at it, bring back the uniforms of the Aurora Technomancers you dispatch. I'm sure I'll find a use for them down the road.
Of course you will.
Another thing, much more trivial this time, I assure you. The rover you came in on, I'd like you to move it. Put it wherever you want, do whatever you want with it. Just make sure it's not in the way in the canyon. I just don't want Ophir to stumble over the machine and, as a result, find the road that leads here.
Right.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Oh yes, one last thing. My spies gave me a little tidbit that might interest you.
Okay.
Right after your escape, the ASC arrested your Technomancer brothers. That's what you call them, right? From Ophir. Their fate's uncertain, but if I was you, I'd be worried for them.
Yep.
If you're worried enough to want to help them,
I do.
maybe we can set up some sand sails to get you back.
Perfect.
And your help comes at what cost? Assuming it's not out of the kindness of your heart.
It is not.
Don't be so bitter, Zachariah. Business is business, not personal. I just thought a few Technomancers on our side might be useful.
Yeah. Sure.
What's the word on Anton Rogue?
A bastard like no other. My
True.
worst enemy and biggest threat. I've done my damnedest to make sure my existence, like this city, is little more than a vague rumor.
But he knows.
Anton Rogue, though, knows damn well that me and this city are real.
Of course he does.
Just doesn't know where to find us. At least I hope not. He's big business competition, hopes to push the power of his organization into every corporation. And what better way for him to do it than through us? I do what I can to prevent him from reaching us, but he's not a man who quits till he gets what he wants.
Agreed.
Then why even try to stop him? It's just business, right?
True enough. But his methods aren't good for my business, or yours. He's a product of the abundance regime, and because of that, he only knows terror and violence as his tools. I prefer, well, more tactical methods.
Alright. Okay. Of course it's level 2. Why would it be anything but level 2? And that one's level 3. Figures. Alright, move. God, is that Phobos running behind me? God, man, you're loud.
I can understand why it makes you uneasy. It makes me feel the same.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
About using the convoy attack to reignite the war. The mutants will suffer first. After that, everyone will suffer.
Yep.
I just wonder what Dandolo gains from all that pain.
Dandolo is a merchant, so think from his perspective. Business booms when conflict blooms.
Yep.
Between corporations. Protecting the city is a nice lofty pitch to feed Noctis newcomers. But who's the fool? You or me?
And I'm just gonna reignite a war that'll kill countless, all to serve his wealth.
If you fight against them, sure. But it's your call, Zachariah. I know Dandolo, and I doubt he'll exile you for abandoning this mission.
Oh boy. I love it how you unlock things, Zachariah. You just kick it. Such a violent person. Alright, who's got a quest for me here? I figured Nisha would. Who's that other person? Oh yeah, over here. Refugee. Equip your team with Abundance Officer uniform. Okay, so I need to go back after talking to Nisha. Do you want my darling?
Zach, perfect timing. You remember Abby Goodman, friend
Yeah.
of mine you helped before?
She needs
Yeah,
out.
of course. Is she really your friend, or all just part of the cover you had going on?
No, no, she is. She's a spy for Noctis too, though. She's actually been working on something for me and finally managed to get some info I'd been trying to get.
What
Okay.
information was that?
I spent a part of my life in a rehabilitation camp after my arrest in Ophir. It was the worst time of my existence, and I've always wondered how I'd ended up here. Who had turned us in? We were just a group of street kids. We would steal food here and there, but we weren't dangerous. However, we were arrested and deported to a camp like hardened criminals or terrorists. What happened followed me for many years, until I learned that an important member of the Vori clique was responsible for the deportation of dozens of people. Most of them were innocent, but a nuisance for the mob. I want to find that guy. I want to know if it's he who got us deported. I want to understand why and make him pay.
Oh
For
boy.
me and my companions, of course, but also for those poor people who hadn't asked for anything.
I understand. That man seems to be a real scumbag. I'll help you find him.
Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, that was totally necessary. Don't really care. I'm not changing my team. Companion can up here. Ugh. Okay, Fine. I guess because I agreed to help her now, I have to take her with me. Perfect. Alright. Cool. Hi, Scott. Can I upgrade? I don't even use you. I don't know why I care. Staff. Can I upgrade this thing now? I can. What is this? Wait, what do I have on this? I have crit. Yes. Upgrade that to level 2, baby. Yes! Damage. Damage 2 upgrade. Yes. Crit. Upgrade. Yes. Beautiful. Shield I don't even use. I do use my gun though. Let's upgrade this. Disruption? I want disruption. Can't do... Oh, I need to buy more stuff for level 3. Okay. Crit, disruption, damage. Not really use any of that, so I'm just gonna do that one. Use another gun. Can I upgrade any of those? I can upgrade my jacket! Yeah! Disruption resistance. Yes, please. That... No, I want level 2 energy. Yeah. Resistance to electricity. I like that one. Upgrade that. Okay. Oh, I can't do that one. Okay, never mind. Boots? No. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Andrew, there you are. Can't upgrade that. Can't upgrade that. Can I upgrade your weapon? What do you have as a weapon anyway? Oh, you have that. Okay, cool. Nisha. Okay. Let me see what I can upgrade you first. Let's do that. Weapons. Ooh, let me put that on you. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Okay. Recycle that. Nisha. Ooh, armor piercing. I like that plan. Damage upgrade. Yeah. You don't have anything else. Andrew, you have that club. What can I do for you? Let's do damage. Damage. Okay. Alright. pretty good. Alright, let's go talk to that merchant guy. I think it was a merchant who wanted to talk to me? I don't know, we'll find out. He was over here. I need to go up. How do I go up, though? Can I just leave? Can I go back out here? I can. Okay. Oh, there's people chilling out here. Alright. Nope, excuse me. That's not right. Yes, it is. Okay.
Hey, mister! You got a minute?
Yep, give me a
Thank
second.
you, sure.
Nope. Move forward, Demi. Demi. Alright, this way.
You Zachariah Mancer?
Yes.
You are, aren't you? You're helping out the merchant prince, right?
Yes.
I guess. Yeah, what's going on?
I don't. My partner died a few days ago. Got sick, just all of a sudden. A lot of folks catching it, but no one cares none because it's only killing refugees. They don't care about us or what's causing it. They don't care that we all seem to be catching it. Sick and dead everywhere. No remedy or nothing. Only one who seems to care or help is that preacher son. But he can't heal everyone. He's just one fella.
True.
Preacher's son healing the sick.
Sure enough. Boy's known for performing miracles. I ain't religious, see, even less now than my heart, my soul, my love was taken. So I don't know if it's true. Just telling you what I've heard.
Miracles, huh? Yeah, right. Know how many miracles I asked for in my life? Now guess how many I got? Not one. But this ain't about me. This is about those poor folks, right? Danger of an epidemic spreading. Maybe Scott could help figure out what's going on.
True.
My thoughts exactly.
We gotta find what's causing this disease and get a cure real quick. No one around here has much, and now they're even losing their lives. You gotta help us.
I'll see what I can do. Let me go talk to other refugees and see what I can find.
Thank you, Mr. Mancer.
I'm a helper. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm so lost in this city. It's ridiculous. Pick lock. Of course. Level 2. Why would it be anything but level 2? Guess at least I can pick it though. It.
Door's locked from the other side.
That's what I
Guess
came
we're
in here
going
for.
around.
Okay, I'm gonna go pick the other side, I guess. Why not? Yay, I picked the lock on a door that doesn't matter. Okay. It's down here.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Of course it is. Oh hey, that's all that's down here. Beautiful. One big... up the stairs. Dead end. Alright. Well then, we'll go over here. Can I open you? No, of course not. Who do I have to go talk to? Huh. You?
Hey there.
What do you want, human?
Oh, you've only got one leg, sir. Ask them to take back the rover.
I took the rover all the way down into the canyon. Unfortunately, that's where I hit a wild ostrich, and now the thing won't drive. Heard you might be able to help get it back here.
And why exactly would we want to help you? We who are just monsters to you and your kind.
You're not
Even
monsters.
here, one of us was just lynched. And what did your kind do about it? Nothing. And when we are sick, what one of you would help us even in fair exchange for serum?
I would.
Why then, answer me, would we help you now?
For information about the
You
lynching.
said there was a lynching. Tell me about it. Maybe I could help.
The last time a man helped a mutant, it was only to bring a chair to help him reach the noose. And those that didn't participate watched and did nothing.
Who were these men?
It was those crazy religious zealots who hate us. Believe we have no souls. If we want the prince to do something, we need evidence. Same goes for handling it ourselves. But all we have is the body of our brother. We won't punish an innocent. We are not like them.
Not all humans are like that. Maybe I'll have some better luck asking around. I'll look into it.
Okay, find someone who witnessed the hanging. Okay. Oh, hey. I'll open that. You, sir.
Hey, let me ask you a few questions.
Sure. Why not? I don't know.
Everyone sounds
You
so
know
bored.
the man beside you?
Of course. He's a friend.
Let's go at his friend's symptoms.
How you
health.
feeling?
I don't know. Fine, I guess. All things considered. I don't think I'm sick right now, but I've been real tired looking after him. I don't sleep so well lately because of it.
What's he been up to since he came to knock this?
Well, we haven't been here for too long now. No steady work and no serum. So what he'd do is the odd jobs here and there when he could find them. Same as most of the rest of us.
Okay.
We all sleep in here. Hang around the city the rest of the day. That's about all of it. Not much else to tell, honestly.
Alrighty.
Think he could have eaten something that made him sick?
Maybe. I don't really know. He's been eating a lot from the community soup, I know that.
You haven't?
Well, I woulda, but first time I gone there, I got in an argument with the religious fella that runs it. About religious things and such, you know. So I don't come back. Not really welcome. Found other ways to stay fed.
What are his symptoms?
Stomach aches real bad. Yeah, he has trouble,
it.
you know, holding it in, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do.
It looks bad, but no idea what it could be. I should probably see what Scott makes of it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Sure enough. You're welcome. Gonna take him to the preacher's son soon. Here he's been healing folks left and right.
Yes, he has.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, my stomach. Oh, my stomach.
I'm trying to figure out what's making everyone sick. Can I grab a blood sample from you? It'd help a lot.
Yeah. If it helps find,
Take all you want.
find a cure. Take all you want. Ah.
I should be able to use this to see what's making all those people sick.
Okay.
Better find Scott. He'll be able to run all the tests I need.
Yes, he will, because, dude, you don't know science. At all, my friend. You are science stupid, Zach. Let's go. Preacher son.
Hey,
Hello there, Shadow Brother. I'm Greg. My father's the town preacher.
Besides guiding the faith of my father's flock, I am in charge of providing the community soup. Blessed job.
Why so blessed?
It's an honor to care for the countless newcomers to the city
so,
who,
wait.
upon arriving, cannot even buy themselves food. The community soup is free for them and all those in need, with the help of donations. As a refugee yourself, I'm sure you see how great such charity is, how important it is for the survival of your fellow countrymen. Perhaps you would like to make a contribution.
Maybe I should just take a look around, yeah?
Of course, feel free. Just remember, a little donation goes a long way.
So you make the soup, and you also heal people. Wait a minute, dude. I want to talk to you.
Besides guiding the faith of my father's flock.
Why so blessed?
It's an honor to... As a refugee, of course.
Alright, that's all the same stuff. Move, Nisha. I think I want to go over here, maybe? Let's see. Let's see. So far, so good, I think. Hey, a box that didn't open.
The long-distance caravan's arrived and is going straight to the palace again. When will I ever get my delivery?
Stop being so impatient. Prince wanted a collection of journal and news updates from our district.
Am I stuck in here? Move it. Oh, Nisha, move it, girl. Thank you. Wish they wouldn't follow so close. Make my life a lot easier. Nisha, girl, move it. Thank you. Box right there.
Not the religious type, eh?
Oh no, I'm a chronic believer. I just switch beliefs every couple weeks.
Okay. Talk to any of you people? No, of course not. Why would you talk to me? You? You.
Welcome, welcome. What's your pleasure? What are you looking for?
That one.
Did you hear about that mutant who got lynched? I want to know who did it.
I see. But why do you think I would know anything about it?
You know what goes on in that neighborhood like any merchant should. You don't think that this kind of story is bad for business? The mutants are furious. You really want them to turn the whole city upside down in order to find the culprit?
Please work.
You're not wrong.
Yes.
I guess that we'd better turn in the culprits and be done with it. It's a gang of fanatics from the temple that lynched that poor guy. It was awful.
Why didn't you do anything then?
It was an angry crowd. I mean, I have nothing against mutants, of course, but...
Uh-huh.
A spine like a jellyfish, but it walks like a human. Thanks for the information.
Yeah, look at the merchandise. Curved, serrated, dagger, and a sickle. It's better than what I've got, but I can't use it. 2 strength. I'm gonna buy that. And I will use my strength next time. A resistance gun. Aurora Master's gloves. It's not better for Andrew. Or Nisha. Okay, never mind. Nothing. Okay. Move it. Thank you. Where do I have to go now? Need to speak with the fanatics. Who are you? Oh yeah, the raider. Gotta talk to Scott. To the Roy warehouse in no fear, find the bookmaker in the arena, kill a storm locust. Right. Equip your team with abundance officers' uniforms. Yeah, I gotta go do that. Alright, so I need to go up. How do I get up? Oh, yeah, that way. Okay. This map is so confusing having multiple levels. I mean, it's great that it has multiple levels, but it's like, oh my god, more than one level. Stairs, Zachariah. You know, those things that you go up and down. Alright, let's go over here. Wait, do I need to go over here? Nope. Too far. Excuse me, Andrew. Let's go this way. Go here. Hey, box I didn't open. Level 3, isn't it? Go forward. Oh, level 1.
Gentlemen, you are responsible for an awful crime. It's pointless to try to deny it. Several witnesses saw you. You didn't
We
even
only
try
talked to
be
one
discreet.
guy, actually.
We didn't have to hide. We're carrying out a divine mission, and nobody will prevent us from doing so. Not even you. Come on,
crap.
guys! For the shadow!
Oh god.
Hey, get that guy!
Back up.
Stop by the shadow! Stop! Yes. Yes. We killed the soulless mutant. But who cares? They gave their souls to the sun and betrayed the shadow. And their horrid forms became punishment. Why does it concern you?
Whatever your superstitions, over here, mutants are free. And believe me, when they learn that you're behind all this, I wouldn't bet that you'll get out of this alive.
Wouldn't doubt it.
No, no! I beseech you, don't tell them. Think about the turmoil you'll create in the city, the riots. How about raising their doubts over something else?
No.
You would be rewarded.
Speak with the fanatics, denounce the fanatics. Oh no, I'm turning you in, dude. Without a doubt, I am turning you in. Oh yeah, I can't go up there. Get back down to ground level. Oh yeah, hey, might as well talk to Scotland over here. Because that's something we need to do.
Zachariah, you look good. Better than I. As if that was hard to accomplish.
Blood sample.
This is a sample of a sick man's blood. Can you analyze it for me?
I don't see why not. Unless it's some special sort of unanalyzable plasma, the likes I've never encountered before. Like that sandwich I ate. Unlike anything I've ever... I digress. Yes, the analysis.
Just analyze
I
this,
will
Scott.
get right to it. Here we go.
I'm busy.
Oh, yes. Whoever gave this blood. I cannot imagine the pain he must be in with this level of arsenic. If he doesn't stop eating it, Zachariah, he will die. Tell him that. And give him a decoction of Allia Martis. A great antidote for such poisoning.
Arsenic. That's bad. Obtain proof of the poisoning. Okay. Let's save. I haven't done that in a while.